Hello, I'm going to explain karyotypes to you in this little video here. So first I want to remind you that we learned about the structure of DNA and how it's made up with the sugar phosphate backbone. We learned about that. And we also learned about the base pairs that make up the latter part of the DNA strand. So remember, this is a double helix, and that function of having two strands of DNA twisted together is very important when the DNA unravels and begins to replicate. So looking at this first, we're going to see, remember we've got the cytosine, and that pairs with guanine, thymine pairs with adenine, remember that. And the order of those base pairs, that's what creates a gene. And a gene tells your body how to make traits like height or eye color or personality type. So all of those things are encoded in the genes that are in your DNA. And how does all that DNA, billions of base pairs, fit into your cell? Well, remember, it tightly packs around a protein. The proteins are called histones, and they form this X-shaped chromosome here. And all of that goes into the nucleus of your cell. And it so turns out that we have 23 pairs of these chromosomes. So let's go ahead and look at the assignment about the karyotypes. I'm going to open that up for you. Okay, you're probably going to need to actually download this to write on it. It's a PDF, but hopefully you guys have gotten used to PDFs by now. So you can download it and then you'll be able to edit it. So this is a really good explanation here about what you need chromosomes for and how they work. And this is a picture right here, a picture of a person's chromosomes. That is called a karyotype. Humans have 23 different chromosomes. We end up carrying one set from your mom and the other set from your dad. So you end up having traits from both mom and dad, depending on which of those alleles. They're called alleles, and they're descriptions of the traits that you have. So depending on which one is dominant, which one is recessive, and we're going to get into all of that stuff soon. But right now, we'll just worry about having one chromosome from mom, one chromosome from dad. Sometimes you have a mistake in your karyotype and you might have a chromosome missing, or you might have an extra chromosome, or part of one leg of a chromosome is missing, or sometimes they get kind of twisted or take each other's place when they're not in the right place. So all of these things are called mutations, and they can cause diseases. So here is a normal male's karyotype. So this is a normal human male. If you had a female, then the 23rd chromosome, which are your sex chromosomes, would have two of the X chromosomes there. This is a Y chromosome. So if you had two X chromosomes, then you have a female. So notice that there are two, like I said, and even if you have all of the right ones in the right place, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have a health problem, because sometimes they're not really easily seen with the chromosomes, and the mutations are actually in the base pairs and make up the genes. So there might be something wrong with your gene on here that's not visible when you first look at the karyotype. So chromosomes are numbered according to their size. So the largest ones are number 1, and you can see they kind of tend to get smaller as you go along. The larger ones tend to have more import in your trait, your phenotype, which is the kind of like the outward appearance of all of these traits that are coded for in your genes. So if you have something wrong with one of the genes on the large chromosomes, then you end up having more problems when you phenotype, when those genes are expressed. So all of these things are very, very important because they make you who you are. This is the DNA here, remember? All coiled up on those histones and making these chromosomes that are in the nucleus of your cell. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to come over here and take a peek at these two karyotypes. So we've got karyotype number 1 and karyotype number 2 over here. And compare, I want you to compare your problem karyotypes with the normal karyotype and see what's different. So if you see something different there, then that is a chromosomal abnormality, and that is a mutation, and it can cause a disease. So what I want you guys to do, if right over here, is to list the chromosomal abnormality. Like you could say things like, for example, number 20 is missing a chromosome, or number 16 has an extra chromosome, or part of number 17, the leg is missing on a chromosome, something like that. So write down the problem that you see. The gender, is it XX or XY? XY is a male, XX is a female. And then look it up. Look up a problem with that chromosome. Just go to the internet and go missing chromosome number 10 or whatever the problem is. And you should be able to see what the disorder is called and what the symptoms are, and also what the life expectancy is of someone who has that disorder. This is kind of interesting to me because in our family, we have genetic disease. I've talked to you guys about that before. And so they're still searching for the chromosomal abnormality for our version of the disease. And when they find it, I'm hoping they'll be able to come up with medicines for it. So they're working on that. Scientists are working on ways to help people with genetic diseases. All of the gene editing that they're doing now is hopefully going to give hope to a lot of people. Okay, so we have, these are the only two that you need to do. You need to define the mistake, write that on chromosomal abnormality, to tell me the gender, determine the gender, what is the disorder's name, and what are the symptoms, and then how long is this person expected to live with this disorder, okay? And you're going to use this one as the example to compare it to. Send me an email if you're having any trouble, and I will help you the best way that I can, okay? Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.